interesting. I'll wait for something more interesting to pop up. I need to classify stock. So it's thickly traded. Sellers are lined up. Liquidity's easy though. It's not trustworthy unless it comes back up to above UWAP. That's also one of the things. Yeah, that's a good point. I traded below VWAP. That's obvious today. So this doesn't look interesting. MLTX. This one's beginning a curl here.
On ACER receives 1 million capital infusion from Chief Executive Officer and Founder.
Bro.
That's on ACER, Acer Therapeutics. On SYT, Chief Artificial Intelligence Officer becomes member of the Japan Image Generation AI Consortium. On KNDI, Candy Tech's subsidiary SC Autosports expands distribution with acquisition of Northern Group.
Then just immediately reversing. TCR has news and it's fairly up there. It's nothing really interesting. I mean, I keep 10 cents in profit, but is it done already?
It's not going to sound good. So I'm not going to use it. usually when I do use it, I use it on headphones. So because of my broadcast. So I tested it out and I was like, yeah, I think this would be a great feature to add for our students. So I think people would enjoy it. And certainly, yeah, on days when, I take off early or I'm not here, whatever the case is, I think it gives you a chance to trade there. Michael, amazing. That is so crazy. It's a good thing you got only a partial. Well, oh, so let's see. Quantity filled. It's a good thing you got only a partial fill selling at 56. Wow. So you bought 500 and then you sold. And then did you go short too? By 27 shares? I can't really see. Or no, did you go short more than that? I can't really tell. Anyways, good job. Either way, looks like it was probably a good trade.
CLGN. CLGN, CLGN, CC. There's no volume. No volume. Mads is also no volume. That's no. Femi is just completely sold off. Trading against these confines here. Mads has to get over 1572. And over
No, we have a vendor who's reading the news for us, so it's not AI. It's actual it's a group of people that run that news squawk service. So you'll hear them comment from time to time. So we subscribe to it on your behalf. All right, so let's see. What's that? So I sort of think MLTX is going to be done after that move. I don't think it's going to be able to hold up because it's such a big top and tail candle.
I would like to see a pullback here. Where's view at 1490? Wow. Hit high there of 1625. little bit of a topping tail. There's a sell-off. The high there was 1625. That's one of the history of just topping tails. I think a dip trade would be fine. You could take a starter there. But then again, then look at that pop like that.
I'm just going over some of these charts. Gonna take a second to get everything loaded up here. That was a nasty rejection on meds. Yeah, MEDS. From 16 back to 1489. That's gross. I see that.
See now it has resistance.
So it's Monday morning. Well, it's Monday afternoon for me, but Monday morning.
Yeah.
First day of the week. We've already had a little bit of
Not looking
craziness with that move on MLTX, still up 128%, but back at $59 a share. Which one? FEMY? Okay, yeah, that was a bit earlier, a little cheaper too.
Femi just completely sold off. GKD. Femi this is just dead to me.
Well, I don't love the schedule. I prefer to trade in the morning and then be done with trading and move on and do the rest of my enjoy the rest of my day. I don't like sort of having the stress of trading hanging over me while I'm doing other things because I know I have to get back and focus, and I prefer to kind of trade and then be done. But it is what it is. That's not the schedule here, so. But it's also not too late in the day. I think it would be harder for me at night. I think it's just the clicking sound on my trackpad.
So no real setup, some ads. So it just died off. This one, that was nasty rejection. And although I will say we have a little bit of ascending support here. But I mean, nothing really looks good. MLTX, this one. I mean, you could have bought there, but golly. Femi also just sold off. I bought the double bottom there. No, what about the double bottom? It was up here, and it was below VWAP, so this one is no real setup, to be honest. Meds, third leading gapper, or second leading gapper. This one I think is the most interesting out of three. We had just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 curling up here. The high there was 65. But again, this has a history of popping flush. But these flushes are just nasty. The offset, I might need to offset it. Hotkeys on the ask, so full on ask. You might have to do around 4. I'll do 4 for now. In case this wants to pop up. But I think the trade here is over $16. What's the daily on meds? 1132, so 1572 is a level to watch here. At 1, 2, 3, we've had quite a few green candles in a row on the 5-minute. It's above VWAP here, but can it hold? Nothing really on the gap scanners.
Yeah, see those candles on MLTX where it was right at the same price at like 100 on the bid and 101. That was an interesting spot because I was like, is there someone buying there at 100? And then all of a sudden it broke and dropped to 90. And then it was down to 74 and so on. So now you're back at VWAP. But naturally with big spreads, a lot of risk. Okay, what did you get me? Thank you. This looks great. Oh, very good. Okay.
Now Mad's here. I think Mad's the most interesting one. That interests me. It's coming back. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on. Just like a roller coaster, we're making higher lows here. It's above VWAP now. fairly light volume. That's only I was only on 38,000. It's not the most obvious here. And it still has its ways before it hits the actual 5-day scanner, right? The high there was 50. I mean, I think over 60 people would be watching it. Very light up here. CLGN. CLGN. Why is this not? What would a 550 be? Right there, that's your red spot right there, 50, 60. But I mean, with these spreads, how do you mitigate risk? So now we'd like to see a pullback. We've had 2, 4, 6, so review trade. A51, A50, A51, 2. I missed it? Oh my god. Bro. Hit a high there of 16. I looked away for 1 second. Hit a high there of hit a high there of 1695. Wowzers. I didn't have the balls to take it there at 17. And look at that. High there was 1630. 43. Now yours have extended. couldn't take profit off. I could not take profit out for. What do I do there? Like, bro, I couldn't take profit. How many shares did I buy there? I mean, I'm not triggered, but it's like, what do I even do there? So I missed, like, it triggers me. Review trade. I looked away for. Man. 1806. The high there was 83. What the hell is Ross doing? Is he even trading this? Just now. You could buy some dip down here, but that 83. I mean, that's just wow. I mean, just wow. What? Hit a high there, 46. I mean, I guess I'm selling it. I'm not filling. That's my issue. Hit a high there, 67. No, I'm just gonna add there. And just to anticipate it. My God. I added there. That was a terrible trade there. We're extended. This is dropping. Just sell it. God, this is it. God, this is how I break out of here.
All right. So, meds, I was a little bit unsure about because of that nasty drop that it had earlier, where it hit 15, or sorry. Yeah, it was this one here where it went to 16.5 and dropped. The high right now is 1988.
27 wasn't my intention, but
So at this point, we're kind of getting to where, asking where will we get safe entries. High is 2043. All right, good morning, everyone. Well, I am live streaming the Day Trading Morning Show from Rome in Italy. Got here early Saturday morning, around 1 in the morning. And so I'm streaming on a brand new machine. This is a Falcon machine. And I'm watching, naturally, Meds here. Starter for me on Meds, now looking for the squeeze up to $21 a share. So watching over 85 and 90. 2085. There's 2090. Can we break through? Holding 2,000 shares right now. You can see how it sort of pops up, drops back down. You've got a high of 70. What's typical for me on this traveling trading station, and when I'm traveling in general, and I'm just going to go flat, is to trade with smaller size just to manage my risk. I'm going to let it dip down. So starter there at 78, bought the dip, but only filled small size.
let's watch it with us. Not mad.
New
man,
orders
but,
at 1950.
like, what went wrong today, bro? I called meds. I said it looked good. But then
So we're up 132%. I didn't start trading it till sort of the top. I thought it was going to go parabolic. Yeah. So filled 4 shares there on that dip. I just tried to add more. When I saw that big bid at 76, but I'm going to go flat on it, break even.
yeah, straddling.
So 5-minute on Meds, pretty extended here. We had this move on MLTX that went literally parabolic. It went straight up. So that's what I'm kind of wondering, if we see something like that on Meds. I don't, not to that extent, certainly, but, that's what I was sort of wondering, if once it started to pull away, it would start to move faster, but it sort of stalled out up there. So I think in this area, dip trade for me, $19.16. Taking the profit at 1954. Only filled 500 shares on that. So there's a liquidity issue where it's hard to fill bigger share size on this one. Just getting a lot of partial fills.
You think?
So welcome to those of you guys tuning in. By the way, you can see my P&L top corner right up here. So sitting up $100 on the day. Not much of a cushion. I was up like 300, gave back a little bit. But watching Meds, MLTX, I don't think that there's going to be more trades on that one. It's pulled back too much. Meds, we'll see what it can do. So the lowest pullback right now is 1840. Meds, yeah, we'll see. It has a double top right now at $20.80. We'll see if it can break through that. So you see how on the 10 second it's been stair stepping down, down, down. Now the low there is 1840. So if it breaks 1840, it's another stair step down, continuing lower. If at a certain point it holds and starts stair stepping back up, then that's where it gets more interesting to me. So the high of this candle was 43.
I think it started there at 50. I think maybe it was a bad starter.
Let me see what's going on. Let's see.
Oh my God, this is
That's
just pain, man. What's the most obvious? Over 21 is the most obvious.
All right, everyone, good morning. So it's 9:05 here, and we're sitting down with a fairly exciting scanner. We've had some bigger moves this morning already. We've got Meds, which hit a high pre-market of $20.80. We have MLTX. This one hit a pre-market high of over $100, $107.51, which is crazy. So we've already had a couple of bigger moves. This is impressive for sure. The question is what's going to be obvious and what is the safest, what's the lowest risk. So I'm streaming here from Italy. I'm on a new computer. This is a new Falcon F30 that I brought specifically because it's stronger than any of my other computers. And typically I'd been traveling with 2 computers, and just with everything else I had to pack, I was like, you know what, let's just use this. So this is my first day of trading on this new machine. It's my first day streaming on the new machine. So it's one machine for trading and broadcasting. Usually I separate the two. So far so good. We'll see how it goes. The internet here is good, which is great. But I'll be traveling on this trip, so not every day will be as good as today, I'm sure. Right now I've got some high-speed internet, so about 170 megabits per second. So no issue with the stream, but that makes sense because I'm in the city. All right, so at this point, what I'm looking for is something that's on the front side of the move. The problem with MLTX is that it's on the back side of the move. You know, made this high up here at 107, and now it's kind of pulled back. Meds, well, it hit a high of $20.80, and then it pulled back, and it did a rejection candle right there. So the combination of the rejection candle plus the double top, MACD's crossed over. Can we find something that's on the front side of the move? FEMY, that's on the back side as well. So FEMY made the move up, came back down. I'm looking for something on the front side of the move. Now, we may not find it in the next few minutes. It may not be till a little bit later in the trading session, but that's what I would like to see. It's certainly possible that we could get a curl on MLTX, but I think what you'll notice on it are bigger spreads. Right now it has a 50-cent spread 40 cents right now, 48.50 by 48.90. It's up 87%, but these are big spreads, and the thing is, it just came all the way back down. Is my stream running at 720? That may be something that I can. I might not be able to adjust it right now, but I should be able to adjust it for tomorrow. That is interesting. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why. Oh, I see. Yep. It's rescaled. Okay. All right, I'll fix that tomorrow. All right. Well, what do you guys think is the most obvious? Is there something I'm missing? Yeah, so MLTX is getting back above VWAP there. The problem, of course, is not wanting to chase it too much.
This is a new lesson here.
You know, I'm more inclined to chase something on the front side of a new move than on the back side. Okay, so let's see. So MXX popped up a little bit. Not sure about that one. I'm going to leave it alone for the time being. We've got about 15 minutes to the opening bell. So I think that if get a break over $20 on meds, that would be good to see. The low here was 1840. This pullback, we're at 1898 right now. so let's see. I'm thinking MLTX is a little too volatile. Meds is our leading gapper. I'm doing a dip on meds down here, and I want to see if this pops back up over 1825. Sorry, 1925. If we can get through 1925, then over 1950, it looks more interesting. So I'm going to watch on meds to add to the break through this pivot of 1925. So we've got 1910 on the ask. Added there at 1910. You can see some more green on the tape. There's 1920, 1925. Now looking to add at 1925. Or a squeeze back up to 1950 as this curls.
Where is he getting this from?
So watching up here at 1925 on meds. There's 1920 added at 1926. There's 1950 taking some profit as it goes up to 1950 for $1,500. New orders 1950.
What?
High of that candle was 1965. So that was a nice break. Yeah, I don't know about the audio. Close the window.
Okay.
So high is 1965. First 5-minute candle to make a new high would be over 1965. So we're kind of coming into that 5-minute setup, but it was a little slower breaking there than I wanted. I would have loved for that to have just ripped right to 1950, 1975, and then back to this pivot here at 2016. So the fact that it kind of stalled out there makes me a little nervous, but I'm going to leave my order at 1965 to try again. MLTX. This one high was 55.95, so we'll see if we can get back to up to that level. I sold on the ask. I was able to get filled on the ask, partial fill, but I filled at $19.45, a partial fill. It went higher, but took some profit as it went up to $19.50. All right. By the way, those of you guys tuning in on YouTube, thank you for being here. I hope you hit the thumbs up. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to stream on YouTube every day during this month that I'm traveling, that I'm in Europe, but I'll stream as much as I can and give you guys my pre-market watch list, and sometimes that includes some trades. Not always, kind of depends on the market. So thank you guys for being here. One of the reasons I brought this computer, I was sort of on Thursday night, I was packing up and I was like, all right, well, you know, it's a lot of stuff when you've got kids and everything else. So I was like, how much do I want to be lugging around? And the thing with the computers is I don't want to put them in my checked bag because I don't want them getting tossed around. I've seen what those guys do with luggage. So, you know, I bring it on my carry-on. They're heavy. And I was like, all right, do I bring 2 computers on this trip? I brought 2 computers on the trip to Colorado driving home, and it was honestly kind of a pain because it was just like, you know, these cables and it just tripping over the wires, and I was using a screen capture because one was for trading, the other was for streaming. Anyways, I said, you know what? So I got this new computer. This is a Falcon F30. So I now have 4 Falcons, which is they're great computers. I've been really happy with them. So they're great for trading. So this is my newest Falcon, and this one is probably more capable. The one that I have been using that's been really, really trusty, it's been fantastic. It's probably like 4 years old, might even be almost 5 years old. So, it was a great computer when I got it. It's still a great computer, but it's not as good as this one. This one's just better. The new computers are better. I mean, it's just the way it is. So anyways, this is a new one, and I'm going to be streaming and trading on it, which the only challenge is like a workspace flow issue of being able to monitor broadcast while monitoring my trades, because trades kind of come first. But that's one reason I like using two computers, because I can have, you know, it's easier like that. But in any case, this I think will work well, and I think will make it a little bit easier to broadcast both to YouTube and to of course our chat room at Warrior Trading. I still like meds on a 5-minute setup. We've got only 10 minutes to the bell. At this point, I'd be a little nervous about false breakouts, but it's holding up, so let's see what it wants to do. That was the spot right there where I should have bought. So now I don't want to chase it up here. I want to see if it's going to hold. If I get in up here, it's a little too extended. So I should have bought right when I said that, but 1935, 1940. I didn't want to buy at 1965. So now let me see what it does here. This might reject, and if it does, then that's that. The high a day is $20.80. So I'm gonna leave an order up around that level. If it looks strong enough to break that level, we might see a squeeze through 21, maybe up towards 21.50 or 22. But let's see what it can do. So right now we've broken through this pivot. The high was $20.22. So I'm going to take a starter right there, and now I'm looking for the squeeze through the new high. 60. Watch over 2085. There's 2080, 2076. Taking a little profit up here. Can it break? Can it get over 21? New orders at $21. There we go. But what can we do? I'm in at 2041 right now. That's my cost basis. Taking a little more profit. So another $1,500 on this one. This trade here, our current high,
what is
not
happening?
a home run. These are base hits. But you know what? I'm a base hit trader. I focus on taking base hits. Even though I've made millions and millions of dollars trading, I still focus on base hits. I'm a base hit trader. Because you know what? This $3,000 is going to buy a lot of pizza today in Italy. Focus on base hits. So many traders get focused on hitting home runs, trying to hit these big, big, big winners. But what happens when you try to focus on home runs is you get a lot of big strikeouts. So our new high is 21.15. Bought the dip there at 20.80. So I'm looking now for the pop over 21. There's 21.20. And taking a little profit as it breaks that level, and I'm out there at 2011.
Not really holding. 20,
so that was a dip.
16.
That was a micro pullback right there. That was a 1,500 share position. The trade before that, I think, was 4,000 shares, maybe 4,500. Nothing big, nothing crazy. So this is interesting on the 5-minute. We've got 8 minutes to the open. This 5-minute candle still has 2.5 minutes left. But look at that rejection. If this candle goes red, it's going to be really nasty. Because all of a sudden you have the resolution, but then you have the rejection. And this is a perfect example. If you held that whole thing, you held that whole position, because you're thinking, oh, this is going to be the one that squeezes to, I don't know, some crazy level. Bought the dip right there, by the way, 1939 starter. So let's see if this pops up over 1950. There's 1960. I'll take the profit there. So in any case, if you were going for a home run on that, you're thinking, oh, this can go 22, 24, 25. I'm going to hold the whole thing. The next thing you know, you're sitting there with a loss because you just had $2 a share of profit and it's gone. You have to take the profit off the table. This is the thing that I learned getting started. You know, when I was getting started, I focused on quick base hits because I was too scared to not capture that unrealized profit. For me, being up 50 bucks, being up 100 bucks, I needed to lock up that profit. So, you know, think about what your daily goal is. All right, daily goal, whether it's $50, 100, 150, 200, 500, 1,000, 5,000, whatever your daily goal is. 5,000 can be a pretty big number. That shouldn't be the daily goal probably for me. But if you can consistently walk away once you hit it, I mean, you're doing something 9 out of 10 traders haven't figured out how to do. Take money off the table and walk away with profit. Most people overstay their welcome. They'll take a trade like that, they'll go red on it. Next thing you know, they're revenge trading, aggressively overtrading it, and now you're overtrading the backside of the move. Overtrading the backside of the move is a recipe for disaster. So this had the potential to be the front side of a new 5-minute move, a new 5-minute breakout. And unfortunately, it rejected. You know, on another day, we might see the same setup go to 22, 24, 25, and on that day, I'll just keep trading it. So I made 1,500 on the first trade. I made 1,500 or so, whatever, on the second trade. A couple hundred on the third, whatever it was. And if this had kept going up, I would just keep chipping away, you know, 1,500 here, 1,500 there. Maybe one's 2,000, maybe one's 2,500 once I have a cushion. And next thing you know, I'm up, you know, 8, 9, 10,000, 15, 20,000. But one of the things I mentioned earlier on this was the liquidity issue. A lot of partial fills. Because it only has 2.8 million shares of volume. So it would be hard probably to fill, you know, 20,000 shares for a quick 50-cent scalp. Even though 50 cents would be 10,000 bucks on 20,000 shares, realistically, you wouldn't, you know, we've been seeing 35-cent spreads. I don't think you'd be able to actually capture that with that kind of size. And that's probably the biggest difference between now and maybe 2 years ago is 2 years ago we had a bit more liquidity, so you could trade these setups with even bigger size. And that's the main reason I was making more money, was trading with bigger size. KB, if you have questions about the classes, email team@warriortrading.com, and I'll have one of my team members, email you back. They'll give you all the info on the Warrior Starter class and the Warrior Pro class, those courses. Okay, so we've got 4 minutes to the opening bell. Thank you to everyone tuned in. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I put a link already in the description of this video where you guys can download my micro pullback strategy. It's a PDF. I would encourage you to check that out, and I'll put a link to it right here as well in the chat feed. So check that out. That's going to break down in a lot more detail these micro pullbacks that I was trading on this move. Especially that one right around $20.40 that gave us the move up to 21. That was a micro pullback. So if you can learn that setup, I think it'll benefit you. And you'll certainly see me trading it a lot. I mean, I trade it all the time. So if you don't know it already, it's good you learn. Because, you know, on that trade, by the way, I said, this looks good at 1935, and I missed it. Well, I happened to miss that. There was no reason you should have missed that if you were really looking at it and you liked it. You know, so if you see the setup, you should take the trade. All right, so that's it for me here. Going into the open, we've got about 2.5 minutes to the opening bell. So I'm going to turn off the broadcast on YouTube. I'm going to keep streaming for Warrior Pro members, and we're going to see if we can find some more trades and get this week off to a nice start. I'm sitting here with $3,534.64. Reminder, as always, trading is risky. My results aren't typical, so make sure you manage your risk. Trade in a simulator before you put real money on the line. Take it slow. And I'll see you guys on YouTube. Hopefully back here tomorrow. I don't know for sure. Again, I'm streaming as much as the internet will allow. And I'll check on my audio. I'll listen back to it later and see what the issue is. Okay, thanks. See you guys tomorrow. Okay, so although I had basically a miss on my first trade was a break-even trade up here at the top. I got a couple trades in this area that ended up working. We had this trade up to 1965, and then this trade as we broke through that level. I wish I had punched it at $19.35 because it looked like it started to get stacked up on the bid. So as it started to get stacked up, I was like, okay, here we go. I think we've got something to work with, but then it stalled out. So now it's a red rejection candle.
No, I feel like shit.
Okay, here's the open.
That's a VWAP trade right there, 17. I broke. You're playing with fire here. See how it's kind of pinned there?
Okay, so we're getting a little pullback here at the open.
The high here was 19.
Possible red to green there on meds.
So this is
The
so
low
risky.
was
Strong VWAP.
1738.
Oh, yeah, a little more will pull
I
back.
don't want to chase it up this high because it could whip back down.
High is 19. Your ad spot's right there. 935, 950.
Nice, nice. You see how fast that moves, though.
It's in 70.
Nice job, Danny, from 1750. That's great. It only takes one of those.
16, you see? That's exactly what Ross
Look
was
how
talking
fast,
about.
just like that, you're back to break even, right?
Possible halt down here. Or false halt. Watching over 17 if it false halts.
If you don't take your profit. So we'd say that's another rejection.
Ape level 2. I'm gonna go serve myself some cereal here. I'll just sit on the sidelines. I'm not giving up though.
Alright, so I'm just sitting tight right now. 1612 resumption on meds. Where might we have support? 14, 1625, maybe? Now it's showing nearly a flat resumption. 1643, only 5 cents lower, 3 cents, 4 cents lower. I was thinking about doing, I was wondering if it was going to in out for a false halt, but it didn't. So it halted pretty firmly down, but what does it mean that it's opening flat? Is it going to just spring right off this level? The one thing I might be concerned about, it opens and now there's new halt bands. So now if it opens flat, you know, it could pop up a smidge and then flush to the new halt down. We've got 30 seconds to resumption if it's a 5-minute long halt. So I think I'm just going to look at a smaller size trade, and we'll see if you know, we'll see if it wants to pop up. So partial fill there. Let's see if it pops back up to, yeah. So that was a small winner. I mean, I did a 2,000 share order. I made 20 cents a share on it, but I only filled 548 shares. So the thing is, the resumption all of a sudden dropped down right before it resumed the price. It went down to 1625. So I was a little like, what's that about? Why is that happening? Not really sure. So that actually could, you know what that could be? All of a sudden it drops. Maybe people put out orders and then canceled them right before, and then all of a sudden it resumes a bit lower. So that might indicate people trying to get out of the position. I'm not going to trade it anymore right now anyways. I don't really like this price action.
you mitigate risk here?
SLRN higher float.
I think over 50 looks good. Now it seems like we're stepping down. So now for the chart to not make those, it would have to break that, and it can't make a lower low here.
Thanks, John.
Take the level 2 to chart the time, and what is it forming? It's looking like a stair step down. I mean, you could take a double bottom there. What was the double bottom there? 1570.
All right, will do.
You know, it might be following a certain shoulder pattern. Could see it like a pattern's broken. It's riding this descending. Look at that. This descending. How does Ross do that? Trading against this wedge here. Oh shit. You know, nothing's really forming. 10 seconds going sideways. This kind of looks like the two devil horns. Now we're stair stepping down. This rejection right here is makes it uninteresting. If it curls up, people are going to be underwater, taking profit out. one cut me pretty good, I'll tell you that. 16, you saw that dip build it into 16s? I've been watching here for a dip. So that was the second pop. Got in there, 608, watching for the pop back up, 620. Taking it off the table there, 624, 645. So I'm feeling much more here. It's just smoother. You know, for now on the small account, I think we can't trade parabolic. I need to trade. I need to trade some rules.
Falcon F30. Yep, it's a Falcon F30.
Falcon F30. Okay.
I have two F15s and I have one F. I think it's 45. MLTX sellers. One of the things I noticed on MLTX was there were some stacks of sellers. I mean, you're at it might turn around. I hope it does, but Jorge, the news feed is not small cap specific, so it has info on mid caps and large caps. No, I don't think I have a 4K screen, but I know whatever the resolution is I had, I zoomed in on it because it was too small for me to see without my glasses, like super close to the computer anyway, so. Nice, Tucker, good job. So we got the pre-market action up to, you know, the open. Now first 25 or 15, 20 minutes here into the open. A little slow. I'm still in Rome. BRTX. Looks like it's coming up towards ascending resistance.
Halted up. This one halted at 50, so it quite literally just halted.
They're quiet right now. Thanks, Justin.
I think these are the two things. Hiramara, bye bye, bye bye. You're out, you're mine. I'm out of pill. You're out of love. Started on a good one. Watching resumption here. Let's see. Seven of eight. Hit a high there of 713, low 55. This fire's about to close. Whoa, hoo hoo. Yeah, it's not holding up. I show best friend giving me a hit, now you do it. This is just choppy. This is dead. I'm gonna call it a day here. I took my trades, had my errors. You know. Best friend give me a hit.
I'm here to compete against my girlfriend to get who can get more numbers. I really hope she doesn't bump into you. You want to know why? Why? She told me that why she gave me her number the first time she met me is I was wearing a Bass Pro Shop hat and I had a mullet.
If I take her from you, I promise I'll still share. We're a team.
If you touch her,
We're a team.
if you touch her, I will come back and kill
I
you.
don't even know what she looks like, but we're a team.
No.
I thought it was a girl.
Okay, do not talk to this guy because he has a Bass Pro
No
Shop.
way! No way!
Hold on.
Can I get all their numbers?
No, you're not talking to any of these guys.
No,
Not
I don't want to
these
get your number. I just want to make sure you get home safe.
No.
I'm getting all their numbers. They're making a line.
No.
Yeah.
Oh! I'm gonna fuck you up, man. Nick! I'm here to compete against my girlfriend to get who can get more numbers.
What's up, my guys? I'm really gonna go there. Here are the places to touch her. You are so welcome in advance. Number one, her stomach. Let me explain. Just imagine you're waiting to be seated at a restaurant. Stand behind her, wrap your hands around her, and grab her lower stomach. It screams reproduction and also makes me feel way less self-conscious. About my fat stomach. Thank you very much. Number two, the waist. Always pull her in for the kiss by her waist. Kind of like how you hook a fish. It shows dominance and confidence, and that's all I'm looking for in a man. Her neck. Grab the side of it and run your hands up into her hair. The hips. Focus on the front of the hips. It's such a sensitive spot. Trust me. This one's some alpha male shit. Pick her up in your car. If you're a city boy, the train's just not gonna have the same effect. Anyway, left hand on top of the steering wheel, right hand on her thigh. You are so welcome for the night I just secured you. This last one only works if you have the right vibe. Hear me out. You really have to be a badass in the bedroom to use this one correctly. Index finger here, thumb here, pull down. Go in for the kiss, but pull back a little. The sexual tension just went through the fucking roof.
Oh, I got cut today.